Today I am presenting the mariculture farming site assessment and selection tool. Uh, Currently, most of the food that we eat are from farms or from meat. So, meat and fruits as well as vegetables. Uh, Eventually, if it is put into the trash and put into the landfill eventually, it suddenly starts releasing methane gas. For that reason, we can move towards a more sustainable approach of seafood farming or mariculture. But for mariculture, most of the technologies require you, if you're a farmer, to dive down like 50 to 100 feet down into the water. The problem is that when you look at it, it's about the distance when you start hitting the brake in the car before approaching a red signal. That's how deep that water is in which the diver has to dive to anchor something called a long line. Now, the long line holds up the mariculture seafood like 4 to 8 feet below the water. Now, if the mariculture farmer selects the wrong site for planting all of that seafood, then it is an unnecessary risk for the diver. So this is a very big problem in the mariculture industry that is faced today. Because the farmers do a lot of guesswork. So to address this challenge, we have developed a web-based platform called MafaSA. MafaSA is a web-based tool towards making mariculture site assessment more comprehensive and more easy for the farmers to use, and it must be reliable so that the farmer can rely on it each time they're doing a site assessment for selecting whether a site is good or not for a specific mariculture seafood. Uh, so, MafaSA can be operated with 4 easy steps. The first step is that the farmer needs to add the ocean region, for example, the Indian Ocean region, and then specify where they are in that Indian Ocean region specifically. Then they need to select a product, for example, fish. Then they can enter some parameters that would need to be optimal and within the ranges so that the product can grow very optimally. And then the farmer can enter the measurements for those parameters, and that is called parameter values. They can do this over a time frame of about several months to a year to ensure that the data is not anecdotal. Then they can, with the click of a button, they can see the trends and suitability of their site for the mariculture site cultivation. Our technology aggregates several months of data into just one percentage that determines the reliability of a mariculture site. So this is the stages of how we developed the product. The first step was that we wrote prompts for the specific task that we wanted each HTML to do. Referencing to the previous slide, each of the four steps that the farmer has to do corresponds with one page. We would then write a writing prompt for each of those pages. Then we would enter each writing prompt into GitHub Copilot, which is paired with Visual Studio Code or a branch of Python. To be more clear, it is an IDE or a workplace environment where the language of Python can be implemented. The third step is to evaluate the function of what the GitHub Copilot has done in Flask org, which is a web development tool that is linked to Python. Python allows the functions to take place. Then we iterate that code if there are any problems with it, or we want it has developed an output that is not satisfactory. And this recycles for each web page we have to develop. So here are some snippets of our website. So the first snippet is when the farmer gets to specifically click the specific region. They can click on the menu that is here, and then they can click the plus button, which would lead to something here. The minus button would subtract this out from the database. Then to edit that answer, you can click the button called update. Now here is the next trend sheet as mentioned in the fourth step. And here's another trend sheet for a different parameter value. And our website generated some results for the percentage of suitability for that specific site, for the mariculture site. So the diver and the kelp farmer would benefit. And with this product, the farmer can make more confident decisions on which sites to choose for mariculture because it is evidence-based from parameter values that they themselves have collected. In addition, they can even find out the parameter values using the site assessment toolkit, which was developed by the University of Alaska Fairbanks. So, why will this be successful? The farmer will not do any more, will not need to do any guesswork for site selection. There would be more accuracy in comparison to traditional outdated methods. Uh, the results would be evidence based, and there would be, therefore, greater safety for the dive. So we could sell this product anywhere across the globe as we our model is updated such that it has parameter values and parameter ranges that can be adapted from all over the world. So, in conclusion, our innovation is not only a milestone in a research of site selection, but it's also a way we can revolutionize site selection in the mariculture industry. And another major advantage is that they can just complete and find out a suitability score within just 4 easy steps that can save several millions of dollars every year. Um, our model is very augmented, uh, not only to one specific product or specific region, it's augmented towards so many places across the world, such as North America, India, South America, and Africa. So here is the animation. So our without the use of our technology, it is more probable that the uh, mariculture farmer would select an incorrect site and thereby lead to an unnecessary drowning risk and financial losses. But then with our technology, uh, we can there's more probability that the farmer would choose a mariculture site of best fit, and in this case, there would be higher reward than risk. So our next steps would be to incorporate artificial intelligence for easy interpretation of data. Um, and then we would like to add another user guide encompassing the minimum region values and the desired product ranges for each zone. And we would also like to add a map so that um, the farmer would not need to find out which latitude and longitude they are at, but just instead click on a specific place, approximately where they're in the map, and then uh, the website would understand. And this would make the user friendliness exponentially easier. So here are some references. Thank you so much.
Wow, Nirbhuy, I am mind blown. It is so thoughtful of you to save the farmer's life and effort. So, what are the challenges you faced while creating this tool?
So let's, if you don't mind, we can go back a few slides back to the stages of product development. Um, Stage 2 and stage 4 would be the most challenging phases of our web development because uh, GitHub Copilot, first thing is that GitHub Copilot is only it's only free until a certain time, until it suddenly makes you go to a different AI platform. So conveying the most information with the least AI tokens and with the most effective communication would be one of our challenges. And the other challenge would be like when the VS Code would show an error. It would be a logical error or a syntax error uh, based on the circumstance. And sometimes it would still show the error even if we did an intuitive change. So that would be a very prevalent challenge when we were doing this product. Any other questions?
No, Nirbhay, it was really good presentation. Thank you. Thank you being here.
You're welcome.